update you guys. We did take Chloe to the vet, and we had to leave her there because they had to put a catheter on Chloe. They did an X-ray first. They did an X-ray to figure out if there's some type of blockage. And what the vet found on the X-ray was the size of her bladder. The size of her bladder is like twice the size because she's got stones. She's got stones crystallized and blockage of the stones in her bladder. So she can't pee. She can't pee. So they had to put a catheter on her, and also they had to put IV on her because she hasn't been eating or drinking since yesterday. So we had to leave her there. She'll probably get confined at the vet. So hopefully the catheter will clear the blockage, the stones, the blockage of the stones and crystal on her bladder. But if it doesn't, she might have to get surgery, is what the doctor, the vet was telling us. And they actually had to get her blood work because Chloe's 11 years old, so she's an older dog, and the doctors here don't, they really don't want to do surgery, just because of her age, Chloe's age. So, but they did do the blood work also to see CBC, all that, to see if she's healthy. Hopefully, the catheter that they put, hopefully that will solve the issue. Hopefully, that will solve the issue. And now they have IV meds going through Chloe, and I think they're gonna give her vitamins. They're gonna give her nutrients because she has not eaten since yesterday, and she don't even want to drink. She don't even want to drink water because her bladder is like I saw the X-ray. The doctors showed me the X-ray, and her bladder is like more than the normal size, like twice the, maybe even 3 times the normal size. Her bladder's actually pushing her stomach. It's so big, her bladder's so big that it's pushing her stomach to her ribs. That's why she's like, when we noticed when she would lay down, she'll yap, she like something's wrong, something's painful. So she's at the vet now. She's on catheter, she's on IV. They're probably gonna do that treatment. Hopefully, we'll find out. The doctor told me they'll message me. Dazzle and I, we were up all night because we were so worried. She wouldn't drink, she wouldn't eat, and so we were. I'm glad we got her to the vet. So hopefully, she'll get better. Hopefully, Hey, Edgar, thank you for the. I hope she gets better. Yes, I know. I know Dazzle gets sad easy. We've had Chloe for 11 years, so it's like we're really attached to her. She sleeps in our bed. She sleeps with Dazzle and I. So hopefully she gets better. The catheter and then IV. Hopefully they can get that. Hello, Gino and friends. All right, JP. Hello, Ray. Good morning. Prayers for Chloe. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it, my friend. Rosa Silva said hi. All right, prayers for your family and Chloe. I know, for us, Chloe is family to us. It's like, if you can imagine, we had her for 11 years. So we had her since she was 1 month old. We know her mom, when we got her, it was our neighbor in Kalibo was Chloe's mom, Princess. She was, there was like 4 puppies and we picked out Chloe. So ever since then, she's been kind of like our baby. The Packers. All right, Lenora. I haven't watched any football, if you mean the football. I haven't really kept track of football anymore. I'm not, it's like when I moved here, it comes on a different time. And before, a long time ago, I was a Rams fan. I like the Los Angeles Rams, but I kind of lost interest when they moved. When they moved to like St. Louis, I would still watch it in the U.S. I even played fantasy football, but I really can't I can't pick a team. I can't pick one team that I like to support. I did like the Cowboys at one time when Troy Aikman days and then Tony Romo days. I did like watching the Cowboys, but I just don't have any faith in Dak. Every time, he's not a big game player. So that's why I just pretty much just gave up on football. Hi, John Vasquez. All right, all right. Hi, all right. Lenora, just guessing, don't put money on it. Kick my, kick my A's. All right. Hey, all right, all right. James and Karen. Yeah, James, Dazzle and I, we were up all night, man. We hardly slept because Chloe, now at least we know. At least we know what's wrong because she was like we could tell she was like, even when she was laying down, she was in pain. So basically, she's got kidney stones in her bladder. So they put a catheter. Hopefully, her bladder's like double the size, so it's pushing her stomach to her ribs. So that's another thing. She don't want to eat. She don't want to eat, and she don't really want to drink water either. That's why now they got the catheter and then they got the IV fluids. So hopefully they'll text me here in the afternoon and update me on what's going on. Good morning, Jeans, and good morning, Colonel. Good morning, Colonel. Hello, Jeans and Karen. Hello, Colonel. We're heading over. All right. Message me, Colonel, when you guys get to Kalibo. I'll meet up with you guys in Kalibo. Wherever you land in Kalibo. If you go to Gran Gaisano or wherever you go in Kalibo, just message me and I'll meet up with you guys in Kalibo. So Chloe's actually in Kalibo because the vet that we take her, Tomco Vet in Numancia, they don't have the X-ray machine there. So I had to take her. I guess they have a Tomco Veterinary in Numancia, the one we take Chloe, and then they have a main office over in Kalibo. So we had to go to Kalibo. It's right by the Petron McDonald's. So I don't mind going to Kalibo. I can check up on Chloe, see how she's doing. She's a good baby though. She's like she just, when we left her, they had to put her in a kennel. She just laid in the kennel. So, but I wanted to check up on her anyway this afternoon. So if you guys head to Kalibo, just message me, James. Message me. I'll meet you guys in Kalibo. Wherever you guys go, whatever you guys want to do in Kalibo, Gran Gaisano, wherever you go, just let me know. I'll meet you guys there. Chloe is blessed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, man. It's like, 11 years, she's been our baby, so, and she's like the perkiest dog, hyper. Even at 11, she's hyper. So, we're blessed to have her. JP, I had kidney stones a few years back, worse than all the bones I had broken, even if they were all at one time. Yeah, I hear that. That's why last night, every time Chloe would lay down, you could tell she wasn't comfortable, and then she couldn't sleep either. She would like, the minute she'll lay down for 2-3 minutes, and there she'll go, like she'll make a noise, like you can tell she was in pain. So we would take, Dazzle would carry her, and we would take turns carrying her because kind of soothes her. I think when we're carrying her, she feels more secure than laying down on her bed. Hello, Panay Pasi. All right, Von. Sounds great, Colonel. All right. John, thank you, John Vasquez, for the prayers. Kidney stones ain't no joke. I've heard it. It's like, and now it's like for Chloe, and I saw the X-ray. Her bladder's like more than twice the size of her normal bladder, and you can see stones in her bladder, and at the end, where she would come, to pee, you could see like stones in there. So hopefully the catheter, that will take it out, and the fluids that they're doing, the IV fluids on her. But the doctor said, it might end up in surgery, and Hopefully not, because like I said, she's an older dog, and the doctors kind of, that's why they had to run like the blood work on her, CBC, all that blood work to make sure she's healthy enough if they have to go the next step, if they have to go to the next step for surgery. I've had kidney stones 3 times. It is not good. Yeah, I can tell it's not good, Ray, because Chloe's just a perky dog. She's like hyper all the time, playing around all the time. But I could tell, even walking, like I would like to take her out, and she, no pee was coming out when I would like walk her outside. And even walking, like she's like, tippy toeing when she's walking. You can tell, I knew something serious was wrong. I've had a couple of women tell me kidney stones were worse than childbirth. Yeah, it's like looking at Chloe, I've never seen her like that. That's why, it's like it worried Dazzle and I. That's why we've been up all night. So Dazzle went straight up to the room. I'm sure it's just gonna try to take a nap. But me, I'm good. I'll take a nap with Dazzle here. I just wanted to update everyone when it's like I know earlier I had mentioned it, and people were like saying they were worried. I want to make sure everybody's. I remember the last time I was sitting on the floor of the shower. Wow, that's got to be painful, man. I've never had stones, so I've never, I'm always, I always like drink so much. Like me, I'm drinking Vita Coco right now. I always have water with me. I learned this after my chemo and radiation, because it's so important to me to stay hydrated. So I've never, you'll never see me without a water bottle. I'm always sipping because I still have dry mouth. My throat gets really dry, so I'm constantly like sipping water throughout the day. Ray, was kidney stones worse than balut? Maybe, but the balut, that JP can't forget the balut experience for Ray. Yes, the balut. And I'll get the bill, the vet bill, but I'm familiar like vet bill. The vet bills here, it's not cheap. That's one thing I remember. I had like old ones here that I can show you. This was a while back. This was last year. Chloe had to get x-rays too last year. So right here last year on the x-ray, this is like November 2024, so about a year, about the same time. She had, back in November last year, she had an infection on her tooth infection, and they wouldn't even pull her tooth out because the doctor says because they don't want to give her anesthesia and all that. So the doc says we'll just treat the infection with antibiotics, and then the tooth will just fall out. And it did. The tooth fell out. They didn't want to like inject her, put her to sleep, and just to take out the tooth. So the x-ray last year, just on the x-ray, the full dog x-ray was 1,500. So I know it's not cheap, to take your dog to the vet here. That's about $25 for an x-ray. And the full lab, the CBC, it's more expensive than a human. Like me, I can get a full blood work, chem panel, cholesterol, potassium, everything done at Asia Pacific. Won't cost me more than 2,000 pesos, with my discount, even cheaper with my PW discount. But for dogs, for animals, it costs twice it. I remember because Chloe had to get it last year too, so. And then the medications, they had to give her antibiotics. It was $350. Another syrup here, $295, and the checkup itself is like $450 for the checkup. For a person, it's about $500 for a checkup. Like if I wanted to see a doctor, it's about 500. So for a dog, it's like 450. So like even here, just last year, to get X-ray and medication, antibiotics, my bill was like 2,600. 2,600. This is without the lab work. That was another 4,000. So it was over $100 to get my dog checked last year. I'm sure this is even going to cost more, which is okay. You know, I told them whatever they need to do, catheter, IV, whatever they need to do. I just want my dog healthy again. Bond says, I'll have balut all day, every day, all day, every day. I'll keep the balut for you, Bond. Because I'm not a fan. I cannot remember the last time I had balut. And when I ate the last balut that I ate, I just ate the yellow part, the yolk part. I don't eat like the little duck, the duck embryo. I don't eat that, you know. But and even that, to me, it even, you know, it's not the yolk of a balut is not the same as the yolk of a hard-boiled egg. The hard-boiled egg, the yolk on that is a little soft, right? Soft. The yolk on a balut, the yellow part, you can feel it, man. You can feel it. It's not hard, but it's harder than a hard-boiled egg. JP, I watched the Filipina P eat balut today. I was worse. It was worse than yours, Ray. It was worse. Probably a 17-day-old or more or upwards. Usually 17 days on the balut. You can already see the beak. You can already see the feathers. You know, usually 15 is mild. If you get a 15-day balut, usually still an embryo. But by the time it hits 16, by the time it hits 17, man, that's a duck in there. That's a duck with hair in there, man. Vets here in Australia are way more expensive than for humans. It's the same here, Brian. The same here. I noticed that, you know, because of our dogs. We got 2 dogs. Every time I take them to the vet, their lab work, even their medication sometimes is more expensive than the people medication. Dog food, you know, of course, they gotta, I'm sure they're gonna, after this, they're gonna put her on like a special dog food from now on, and it's gonna be one of the higher end dog food. We give our dogs a Smart Heart, adult Smart Heart, and that's mostly what we feed them. I know how important it is to like just feed your dog kibbles. We do give them carrots. We do give them like vegetables with their and fish because they like the meat of the fish. But we try to limit like giving them like snacks, people snacks. We don't give them people snacks. Chloe deserves, yes, for sure, but that's our baby. Chloe's our baby, man. JP, I will get my balut from 7-Eleven. They call them hard-boiled eggs. I was gonna say, man, balut from 7-Eleven. You know, it's like I haven't seen balut. Maybe outside 7-Eleven, there's a guy here in our town. You know, when I was growing up in the Philippines, in Manila, they used to have people, usually guys. They carry that basket of balut. You know, they got, it's still hot, warm balut. They clip it on their arm, and they're walking around the neighborhood when I was little, and they would yell balut, balut. You know, they'll you know, so people will come out of their house because oh, the balut guy is there. But now here in Numancia, we don't have that. There's nobody walking around balut. The balut is at the plaza. Like the minute around 5 p.m., you know, 5 p.m. sunset, all the balut vendors are like at the plaza. There's like maybe 4 or 5 balut vendors there. And there's one there, the lady that dazzles Suki, her favorite because I guess Dazzle said she has the best balut, and she always like gives Dazzle the best balut, you know. I don't know because you know, but she goes to the same person. And at our plaza during that sunset, it's not just balut. They also have chicharron is popular, and then all the street food, all the chicken skin. There's a street food here called the baga. Baga is the lung. the lung. I guess it's pork lung, and they cut up the pork lung. They put like a little stick on it, like a toothpick, and then they deep fry it. You know, everything's deep fried with the, and then the sauce for it is like a spicy soy sauce with chili peppers and onions. And I've tried it. I've eaten baga before. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the street food because most of them are fried. They're really not good for you. It's like I'll eat barbecue. That's the one street food that I'll eat because they do have good barbecue here. And I do eat. I like isaw, the chicken intestine. I do like that. Again, I have to I have to have a guy. I have a vendor that I trust. Because isaw is the chicken intestine. It depends on how clean they clean the chicken intestine, and I have a guy. I have a guy in Numancia that he's the only one that I've never gotten sick from buying isaw from him. So I stick with him. But barbecue, I'm good. I can eat barbecue here, and barbecue here. In the evening time, it's not just pork. Usually pork, the meat, usually they'll give you like 4 cut up pieces of pork, and at the end they'll give you the fat with the skin. I like the isaw. I like the liver. Those are the kind. I'm not big, not that big on the pork itself because it's really fatty. The pork that they use is really fatty. The only thing I don't eat on a balut is the shell. Oh, you eat even the white part, man. The white part is like hard, man. That white part is like, man, you got to really bite on that hard. The white part, the what is that? The yolk and the white. It's like that gets hard. That gets really hard, man. JP, John Vasquez. All right, the alien. Hello, how are you, Cincy? I'm doing good. A little tired. I'm not gonna stay long. I just wanted to update people on Chloe. I'll find out more this afternoon. I'll meet James and Karen and Colonel in Kalibo. Easy for me to go to Kalibo. Kalibo is just like 10-15 minutes away from me. You're a person of great courage. You're a person. Jumpy from JP. All right, Brian. Our staff, he got bitten by a snake. Wow, a few years ago. One night in care and venom was over $6,000 Australian. Luckily, we had her insured, so no out of pocket. Yeah, here I don't really hear pet insurance here. I've never heard it. I've never heard of pet insurance. I know in the U.S. I had pet insurance for my pet because the vet bill in the U.S. is the same. It's like astronomical, to pay. So you have to have a pet insurance. But in the Philippines, I've not heard of any company that offers pet insurance. I guess because it's expensive but still affordable. It's not in the thousands of dollars. It can be in the hundreds of dollars, but not thousands. At least not thousands of dollars. I'll never go hungry in the Philippines. The Colonel one says. Brian, so man, 230. That's a lot of money. Hi, Dazzle. That vet bill a bit savage insert. Crazy price. Oh, I can imagine. Same thing in the U.S. When I was in the U.S. I had dogs. I had pet insurance because I know how expensive it would have been without the pet insurance. I'm pretty sure Karen ate the lungs. Yes, I'm sure. She's when we were going to school, that baga, the lungs, right outside our school in Kalibo, all those vendors. We had like that, the baga, the pork barbecue, the chicken skin, what else are there? And then the plantain bananas, the fried plantain bananas, the turon, just a lot of street food right outside our school because, students get hungry. Got her home and she died too. Sorry to hear that about Brian from cancer because her immune system was shot from the bite. Oh, sorry to hear that, man. It's to me. I remember all my dogs. It's like you fall in love with them. They're part of your family. So my dogs in the US that, they age, at least they made it to like 14, 15 years normally. And I've been telling that to Dazzle, since Chloe's already 11. I told her, babe, Chloe's just got maybe 3-4 years left, so and that's why we kind of baby Chloe. We always like take her for walks. We carry her. Chloe doesn't even run up and down the stairs anymore. She'll like stop at the bottom here, and we had to carry her because she has a hard time running up the stairs now. Even though on our stairs, it's wooden stairs, we put mats on it, like a grip mat for a dog, so they don't slip when they're climbing up and down the stairs. But she just doesn't. She's spoiled. She'll like get to the bottom of the steps here and she'll bark and wants us to carry her up. Yes, Rick. Luckily, I had her on pet insurer at 30. Yeah, I think that's how much I paid to the pet insurer. I ate chicken intestine tacos one time and only did it because the cook was prettier than Jennifer Lopez. The Jennifer Lopez. Hey, that might you get into that might if we find does that mean, JP, if we find you a good looking balut vendor, you'll eat balut? If it's a good looking Filipina balut vendor, JP might eat it. Insert Brian, but she was also covered by home and contents. Oh, okay, home content. Luckily, you had the dog insurance now. Yes. At least here, it's affordable. I mean, it's not cheap, don't get me wrong, but at least, it won't break the bank. It won't break the bank, Have a great time with James. Oh, I will. Thank you, Vaughn. All right, I'm going to end the live stream here. That's a great one. All right. Thank you. I'm going to rest because I haven't slept. I'm going to take a nap. I'll keep my phone on, wait for the Colonel or James's message or call, and then I'll meet them in Kalibo. Because I haven't met the Colonel yet, so this will be the first time I meet the Colonel. I think we were at the party at the Canadian Beaver, the anniversary. I knew the Colonel was there, but there were so many expats at that anniversary, and Dazzle and I, we kind of became Lara's babysitter during that time because Mike and Kat were really busy with people. Of course, it's their anniversary. So we ended up babysitting Lara at the time. So I didn't get to like talk to as many people as I wanted to during the anniversary. Bye, Gino. All right. Bye, Brian. Thank you for joining the live stream. Hi, I owe my mother $20. Can you lend me some? I don't have any dollars, man. I'm all pesos, man. I had a few dollars that I was saving, but I exchanged all my dollars to pesos. Facts. Hallelujah. All right. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Stay blessed, everyone.